You might think pirates spent their days sword fighting and hunting for treasure, but their deadliest enemy wasn't other ships, it was the constant struggle to find clean drinking water. In the scorching Caribbean heat, each pirate needed at least a gallon of fresh water per day, and with a crew of 50, that's 50 gallons daily, far more valuable than gold. While ships could carry enough salted meat to last months, water quickly turned foul, becoming a slimy soup of bacteria and algae. Desperation led some pirates to drink seawater, an extremely bad idea, as the salt only made dehydration worse. Some tried mixing seawater with wine or rum, but it only made them violently sick. Without modern filtration or plastic containers, pirates relied on rainstorms to survive, transforming their ships into massive water harvesting machines. Canvas sails became water funnels, ship gutters turned into aqueducts, and even shirts and hats were used to catch the precious liquid. Pirates learned to let the first few minutes of rain wash away bird droppings and salt before collecting, a process they called letting the deck have its bath. In their most desperate times, they'd make detours to islands rumored to have freshwater springs or track rain clouds like amateur meteorologists. Clever captains like Blackbeard targeted ships not for gold, but for barrels of water. When land was near, pirates became survival experts, spotting ferns, vines, or birds to locate freshwater sources, digging seepage wells on beaches, and following parrots to hidden springs. Some pirates even raided coastal towns just to steal water, sometimes leaving gold in return out of guilt. Once water was collected, storing it was another nightmare. Huge wooden barrels, called hogsheads, could hold 63 gallons, but heat and movement turned them into breeding grounds for live water teeming with worms and algae. Pirates tried everything, charring barrels like whiskey casks to reduce rot, dropping silver coins in for purification, a method modern science now backs, and sealing barrels with tar, beeswax, or secret recipes. Some crews went as far as wrapping barrels in wet sailcloth or painting them white, only to discover that 1,700 seconds white paint contained toxic lead. When all else failed, they turned to grog, a diluted mix of rum, water, and sometimes lime, used not just for morale, but as a crude water purifier that helped prevent scurvy, or even pearl necklaces. Pirates filtered water through cloth, sand, crushed coral, and some even tried boiling seawater to distill fresh water, though the effort often outweighed the gain. Desperate crews once even used tobacco leaves, mistakenly believing they'd purify water, only to end up with ashtray-flavored drinks. Lime juice, though not understood then, served as both flavoring and protection from scurvy. Still, the simplest and weirdest method was sleeping water, letting it sit so sediment would settle, making it somewhat drinkable. The daily grog ration became so central to pirate life, it shaped routines, arguments, and even mutinies. Some captains carefully controlled rations to conserve water, and one crew even rebelled when theirs was too watered down. Despite all these efforts, water remained a daily crisis, and pirates adapted with creativity, superstition, and sheer stubbornness. With nothing but cloth, barrels, silver, citrus, and a lot of luck, they kept themselves alive on the unforgiving sea, not just through cunning raids, but by becoming some of the most resourceful water managers history has ever known.